Hello, and welcome to our Advent devotional for December the 6th. Thank you for joining us today if you're here, or thank you for coming back and watching it later. Our devotion for today is written by the Reverend April Casperson, and the Gospel Scripture lesson is from Mark 1:2. As it is written in the prophet Isaiah, "See, I am sending my messenger ahead of you who will prepare your way." Have you ever had an experience when someone created a space for you and prepared a way for you? Throughout the world, and especially within the United States, there has been a growing awareness of the racial injustice and inequalities that are part of our communities. The prophet Isaiah spoke of the need for a new season and a restoration of what is broken, but before that restoration shall come, a path is laid by a messenger. Who have been the messengers that have pointed the way to seeing what is not as it should be in the world? Sometimes these messengers have been actual people narrating brokenness and sharing images and stories in ways that cause thousands, if not millions, of people to see the truth. Other messengers have been groups, communities, and churches pointing to the need in the world and how we as Christians are called to respond. Still, other voices have named the tension between the now and the not yet, pointing to what could be. In this Advent season, practicing the means of grace can open our eyes to what is not as it should be in this world, and practicing the means of grace lays out the path to a life of accountability in righting these wrongs. Advent is about a beginning, a looking forward, and an entry into a new liturgical year. In other words, Advent is about the now and the not yet. As you look ahead into the coming weeks, what are the means of grace that you are practicing? Are your individual works of piety, such as reading, reflection, prayer, and sharing your faith, bringing up common themes about a need in the world that is calling for your serving? Or perhaps your commitment to piety through the communal practice of accountability is drawing your spirit to God's directive in your life. The means of grace are a way that God sends God's messenger ahead of you to prepare your way. Whether your path is beginning with awareness or grappling with actions and next steps, the messenger present in the Advent journey is clearing a space for you. Even if you feel overwhelmed with the prophetic direction that God is pointing you in, the scripture reminds us that before each journey there is one who makes a path for you. For those who find connection in the works of mercy, consider how your individual and communal practices take you on a journey to a more relational life. Our Wesleyan roots go far beyond cultivating a faith that simply connects the individual with God. Rather, practicing the means of grace through works of mercy ensures that we see our neighbors as real people and that all in their relationship are transformed. Finally, just as the means of grace connect us to the body of believers, the messengers sent ahead of us remind us that our faith journey is not one of isolation. Even when God opens our eyes to what may feel like the overwhelming brokenness of the world, God reminds us that God sends God's messengers ahead of us to prepare the way for action. In this Advent season, may your eyes be opened to the path forward, and may your practices of the means of grace draw you closer to God and in deeper relationship with your neighbor. Thank you for joining us. Hope to see you for our devotional tomorrow.